Hello Fearless Gamers, Matt here for Fearless Games, and welcome back to another episode of The Joy of Painting Minis. And we are continuing painting our Winged Vampire Lord from Warhammer Fantasy. And last week we painted up the cape, fixed up the base here, minus some extra highlighting, did a metal finish on the little wings here, and we prepped the sword for today's episode. So we're going to be using the following colors that you see on your screen, and let us dive right in. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to get ready with prepping this little tassel here, or whatever you want to call it, for the shading part of the stage that we're going to do. So first going to paint this the color that I decided it's going to be, and it's going to be red. And it's odd, you would think I would try and avoid all the colors that I've been using in this video, since the very last video we did used nothing but these colors. But I can't help what looks good for the miniature that I chose to paint for this session. So... Okay, so now I'm going to go to and paint the metal on this weapon here. Once I get the excess red color out of this brush. And we will take our metal color, going to give it a darker, actually, no, I'm going to change my mind on that one. I'm going to get a lighter metal color here. And paint up this sword blade here. Okay, so now I'm gonna give that a moment or two to dry, and then we will move on to the next step. Okay, so now while we do that, I'm gonna actually get his stand up and ready for the final bits. So first I'm going to take my crummy brush here, and I'm going to use it for some dry brushing. So I'm going to use this dry brush compound that GW makes. I'm going to get it, run my brush through it. And then wipe the extra off, and then go over the skeletons with it. Get a little bit more. I don't know why I bother shaking the bottle. It's not going to do anything. Guess it's just a force of habit. Okay, and now going to use a textured paint from GW to basically unify this whole ground piece. I'm going to make it this muddy looking terrain because I make too much terrain that's grassy and such, so this one's going to be a muddy base. To match the look of the skulls, since they're on like a dirt mound thing. And then again, not being too cautious about getting his boots or these skulls, keeping them clean, because this is supposed to look like he's trudging through it, and these skulls and such are supposed to look like they're coming out of the ground. So, we don't want it to look statuesque. We want it to look messy and real. And just this packet in there to help cover up the gap between the base and the little mound that he's sitting on. Get this nice and dirt covered. There we go. And then just a little bit more here, just to add a little bit of character there. Oops. Help block the holes here and help blend the paint. And thankfully I have a paint color from the old GW paint line that does blend very well with this, so I can add this on and it'll help unify the dirt color that I used on the rock face, the dirt mound that the Vampire Lord's standing on, and this earth piece. So I like this look. Let's give this nice mucky look here. Alrighty. Now we are going to go, because now it is ready, I'm going to go back to this. I'm first going to put a little bit of a wash on the red tassel there. Okay, then I'm going to put a wash black over the sword and the bottom of the handle, which I believe is, if I recall correctly, is called the pommel. At least that's what it is on a foil. I don't know if it changes name on this rapier looking thing. Okay. And now, going to put a highlight on the cape here while I wait for the wash on that sword to dry. Doing this mainly to just help give the cape a little bit more definition, and as you can see, just doing a simple edge highlight. I'm running this along the little lines that are on the model here, from which makes doing the highlighting 10 times easier than when you're trying to edge highlight a flat surface. And with that, just a little bit more on the edge highlighting. Okay. And then we now move on to, let's see, looks like that wash has dried on the weapon. We are going to glue the weapon on. And then we'll be very close to the end of this project. And so, whoop. Okay, then we're just gonna have to sit and wait a moment. Okay, now that he has dried, I'm now going to proceed with the next step, which is going to be doing a little bit of highlighting on the tassel here. Using the same red that we used before. So we're just gonna go do some light coating there, some there, across there. And I'm just going across the piece to catch the raised areas with the bristles and only get those covered in the paint. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to highlighting the sword. But before I do that, do the last step for the cape, which is a wash in a little glaze to help tie all the colors that were used on that together. And there we go. And what this glaze will do is it'll give a blue tinge to all the colors, and it will help essentially bring them all together so that the highlights don't stick out like sore thumbs. And they kind of help blend in a little bit with the shadows and the base color and the whole 9 yards. And it just gives this really nice universal feel to it. And then we are going to go and take a highlight around the sword using a very silvery color, just a little bit higher up, just one shade brighter than the base color that we used to paint it. And first going to do the pommel here with little buds. Bam and bam. Now the tip. And this will just give the sword a little bit of 3-dimension. And add a little bit to the gold here. Okay. And let's see, take a quick look around him. I'm going to just touch up the spikes there with a little bit of black. Fix up this one piece there. And then gonna go over a little bit here the bottom of this little dirt mound here with a color that will, in my hope, tie the mud mountain, the dirt mountain with the dirt terrain that we put down a little bit better. That way it doesn't really like stand out as two different pieces. Okay. And now, with that done, let's see, take a quick look around him. It looks like the only real thing that needs to be done is the highlight on his arm there. So we're going to take, again, the metal medium color that I've been using all this time. Take the highlight color I used, mix it all up. And then do some quick highlights. There we go. And this guy is almost pretty much done. Gonna do one last highlight before we end it for the day. That way I can tie it all up, and then the only thing that's left is some highlights on the spikes and highlights on the fur on the back, and then that bat thing. And so let's get some orange to help to highlight this area a little bit. Clean up the brush a bit. Okay. And with that, we will be done for today. So, he is coming along nicely. We are almost finished with them. Like I said, just a little bit left to do, detail-wise, and most of it is primarily on another figure piece, so that is all for right now. And until next time, Fearless Gamers, take care!